No, many might say, oh, BPL is, many people underrate the BPL, but I think conditions in ILT20 and conditions in Bangladesh, we might not have rank turners in the Caribbean, but we do have slow pitches. And so that is what I like with ILT20 and BPL. They're playing in conditions where the pitches are slow, might be turning a bit too much, way more than in the Caribbean, but they are slow pitches. So I like to look at these stats. But the BPL, of course, again, leading in the strike rate, guess who? Andre
Andre
Russell.
Russell, wow.
But look at
Jay
bowling
Russ,
economy. Let's not get carried away with Russell. Let's look at bowling economy.
wow, wow. I tell you, Russ and Chase, wow.
Thanos, they call him, right?
You're right. He is an excellent defensive off spinner. We see in the third game, he bowled 4 overs, went less than 24 runs, and took 2 wickets, one of which was the informed David
David
Warner.
Warner.
For our team, Russ and Chase has to be there. Has to be there. Has to be in the playing 11. I mean, he feeds very well. We can rely on him to bowl 4 overs, and he can easily bat in the top six.
But the
And plus,
difficulty is how do you fit Ruston Chase in the 11? That's always a problem because Johnson Charles and Brandon King, or Johnson Charles and Mayers, or King or Charles, whatever combination we go with. Usually that's the opening combination. Then Pooran at three. How do you fit in Ruston Chase? Given that Shea Hope, remember, is vice captain. He's your vice
well,
captain. He's at four.
well,
Roman has to play at your captain at
in our
five.
in our honesty, remember that the vice captain can always change. It can always change. So, in our honesty, we need a solid six bowling option. So it's either Raston Chase plays in front of Shea Hope or plays in front of Sherfay and Rutherford. And right now I'm tempted to play in front of Sherfay and Rutherford, right? Because I mean, yeah, I think the highlight that would be the option. But also when play Russian chasing instead of Sherfay Rutherford, I'll look at Shea home form. I think we need to look at the pitch. If the pitch is very true, then I don't think Shea Hope needs to play. If the pitch is too pace and low one, you're right. So we have to play Shea Hope based on the condition of the pitch.
Given
You're
that the
right.
World Cup is in the Caribbean, where most of the pitches are going to be a little bit on the slower side, as we saw in that England series, Shea Hope was the man there who won the series for us with that unbeaten 40, what was it, 41? That unbeaten 41 runner ball, and his innings was vital. So I think we need a Shea Hope in the lineup come, especially the knockout games when the pitches are a little bit tired. So I don't know. We need both of them in the team, Rustin
Yeah.
Chase and Hope. But and Rutherford, I think his explosiveness is important as well. He can change a game in 3 overs with some crazy blitz. So I don't know. It's a headache for the selectors. But let's chop it up now. Let's look at the batting. Let's see if anyone impressed from BPL so far. It's not yet over. There's still 2 games to play. And I see Kyle Mayer's doing some work in the BPL.
Yes, yeah, yes. We battle ball.
Bat and
Battle.
ball. So
Right,
let's
right.
chop it up. Evan Lewis for the Kulna Titans, 10 games, averaging 23. Strike rate though, 163. Impressive. But Evan Lewis had a better start. His first 5 games, flying, averaging about 40 yard. But the last 5 games has tapered off a bit. Now I've strike rate down to 163. Your thoughts on Evan Lewis, and can this get him back in the team based off his strike rate and power play hitting?
Well, unfortunately, no. If the average was higher, yeah, the strike is very, very decent. Wow, over 160 or 23. No, no, we need some more consistency with that. I believe if it was like high 20s, low 30s, they would say yes, bring back Evan Lewis.
Well, let me ask you a question. With your opener, right? How many overs you want your opener to bat in T20?
All right. So
Ideally speaking.
ideally, I would say around 15, 15, 8. Well, if you want one of the opener to dominate, just to dominate the power play solely, I would say you want to do face like 15, 18 deliveries, 15 to 20 deliveries.
So if Evan Lewis faced 15 to 18 deliveries, he's going to give you around about 30 runs. 30 runs in 18 deliveries because that's Evan Lewis. Wouldn't you take Evan Lewis giving you 30 runs, 18 deliveries? He's definitely going to give you that. Then get out of here if he's not in top form or if he kicks on, we already know of his international
Well,
quality.
well, to be honest, the huge advantage that Evan Lewis has over John Charles and Carl Myers, he can dominate all three phases of a game. We see it in ODI. I've seen him play in his career. He dominated power play, dominated the middle overs, and also dominated the death overs. So
Exactly.
yeah, so he has that edge. Has that edge.
But we
And
have to
if
be
I were to
fair. Yeah, you go ahead. You can.
right, right. If you were to replace anyone, I would tempt for him to replace John to Charles. Why? Um,
Whoa.
John Ch- John Chichar's second skill is wicket keeping, and we already have Nicky P and Shea Hope who are already wicket keeping. So watch out, John Charles.
I disagree. I think Charles is safe right now. He
Right.
has been batting very well. He got a 50 in one of the games against Australia. He's been doing very well in the power play. He's been connecting. He's going to do well in Caribbean condition. I think Kyle Mills need to watch out because he's bowling, but he hasn't taken an international wicket yet in T20 cricket, believe it or not. His batting has definitely fallen by the wayside. He's a left-handed opener. I'd like to replace him with another left-handed opener. I think Kyle Mayers can lose his spot to Evan Lewis, especially if Lewis goes big tomorrow and get 100. I think then that's it. That's curtains for Kyle Mayers. But let's see. Definitely, Lewis is a big talking point, but I rightly agree with you that he hasn't done enough to get a recall, sadly. So his last two games are very important. The batting wasn't too good. Shea Hope is the next best thing for us as he was
Yeah, I
playing with
mean,
Evan Lewis as well. 4 matches, 97 runs. Averaging 32, which is decent. Strike rate 140, that's decent. Your thoughts on Hope?
right, right. So yeah, this is a better performance, both on numbers. He's showing that he can be a good option for the anchor role. So that statistics being shown is clear indication. Anchor role is definitely Shea Hope role.
Definitely.
I'm satisfied with that. So Brandon King.
He had a poor BPL, 87 runs, averaging less than 10, strike rate 115. Your thoughts on Brandon King?
Oh, wow. Hmm. I think with Brandon King batting, his style of batting is he does better when the ball comes onto the bat. You see, when the pitch is too pace or pitch is a bit sticky, he struggles. So I think even Australia series, we see how when the ball is coming onto the bat, he times everything. Everything goes to the middle and things like that. So I think Brandon King needs to work out when he batting a pitch, which isn't so free flowing. How does he want to score his runs?
I disagree. I think
Okay.
Brandon King is quality on any pitch, and I think it's more his clarity in his mindset. I don't know if you remember the second game, we were chasing like 240. It's an excellent batting surface, and he was swinging for the hill from ball one, missing
Yes,
everything,
yes.
and then he
You
scored 4 runs off 9 deliveries and
yeah,
then got
I
out.
remember.
I was thinking Brandon King, he should have realized Johnson Charles was connecting. Why not rotate the strike? Just work your way in while Charles is going successfully. You can take some time, play yourself in, and then go big. Here in BPL, I've seen him open the batting. Um, he's trying to smack the spinners because sometimes he's opening and his spin bowlers is facing right away. He's caught on the crease, not coming forward. So I think it's more a mindset of King. But once he settles in, I remember the series against India. It was a sluggish pitch and he was slapping Kuldeep. I don't think any other West Indian batter has slapped Kuldeep out of like I saw Brandon King did in that 50-20. So he clearly can play spin well. He can play pace well. He's technically sound. I think it's more a mindset with Brandon King. If he gets it right, I think he's possibly our best batsman in the team, technically. Apart from Shea Hope, that is. But I think
All
he's
right.
up there.
But I'm getting you. I understand where you're coming from, where you thought
Yeah,
with your
definitely.
okay. But you see, it with Brandon King as well. I think he needs to play some red ball cricket. Yeah, I think him playing red ball cricket would really improve his batsmanship. Because even that T20 we were trying to slug every delivery. I mean, that's not how you construct an innings. So some red ball cricket would really help Brandon King.
Definitely. I guess it was scoreboard pressure, but I felt that tactically, he should have realized once he missed a few, he was not going to get after that flyer, and that he should have said, you know what, Charles, it's your day. I'm just going to sit back. And but of course, when you bat in partnerships. And I don't think that Brandon King recognized that in this partnership, he was supposed to play second fiddle. So that's what I wanted to see him do. But again, he needs to work on that, being aware of situations. Likewise with Nicholas Pooran. Sometimes these guys, they're so caught in their own minds that they don't recognize certain situations. Um, yeah, definitely. But the next person in line, he's already in the squad. He's dominating. So we're going to floss over him. Russell, excellent. 3 innings so far, fresh out of ILT20, fresh out of Australia. He's giving us the finishes that we want to see from your finisher. But we're going to skip over Russell and go to Shepherd. So your thoughts on Shepherd having a poor SA T20, poor time in Australia ODI and the T20s, finally getting back to BPL. And he had a poor time in the first two games, but in the last game, that 66 makes his 79 runs from 3 matches look good. But take out that 66, the other two games were 13 runs. Your thoughts on Shepherd and what's gone
So
wrong for him? Why he's batting as tapered off?
all right. So what I've observed very early in his innings, our bowlers are doing, they're bowling full and straight, and they know that
He's
he's
out
going to straight
LBW.
out LBW. So right. So what he needs to do very early innings, he needs to keep his bat straight and play the ball on his merit. No need to play with an angle bat. So once he plays the ball as straight as possible based on which ball, I mean this slump that he's in will basically end. His bowling was not well, even though showing the batting statistics, his bowling in the Fairmatch series was not really bad. I mean his economic rate was really less than 10, so not bad. But he made 66. We have to look at the rest of the games to see if it's just an outlier or it's really a return to form. I mean, overall, his average is now 40, and his strike rate is 184, basically, which really looks good on paper. But we know just really one innings really caused that. So we can't get our hopes too high.
Definitely. We can't read too much into it. Um, we're not going to talk about Kennard Lewis. He has absolutely no chance. No disrespect to Kennard Lewis there. Do you think Kennard Lewis will
No,
even
no,
look at his two get? Yeah, yeah. So
no,
let's
no, no, no,
let's
no,
not even
no,
look
no.
at Kennard Lewis. Sunil Narayan, he's retired.
I'm very
So
sure
no
he won't
need.
come. I'm very sure he won't come out of retirement.
I think Kyle Mayer should be somewhere here.
Right, right. He made 240 plus score.
Yeah, so Kalmir should be here. Ruston Chase, his batting is poor. 3 matches, 15 runs, strike rate 71. Ruston Chase not managing the spin friendly pitches. We're looking for
Oh
Kyle
yeah,
Mayers.
he struggles against leg spin.
Yeah, and we even saw Adam Zampa getting in
Oh yeah. That's called Myers. BRS. Wow, I think you passed it. Wow.
past Kyle Mayers,
Yeah.
Evan
Look. Yeah.
Lewis.
Yeah. Look. No, I don't think he scored so much runs. I think more like in 90. I think it's two
Oh, there it
inning. Two.
is. Yes, for Barishal right here. Kyle Mayers.
Right.
He's
Right.
had
Right.
good
Wow,
three
it's 3 games. Three
games,
games. Oh, he played 3 games. Okay.
and they're all
Wow.
in the 40s and the 30s. 48, 30 odd, and I remember another 30 odd. Um, 39 is his average then. Um, strike rate 140, and he's batting at number three because he plays with
Yes.
Shakib's team, and he's batting at
Right.
three.
So wow, I'm gonna mention that. So it's pretty interesting. I mean, he opens the bat and he's struggling. They place him at three and he's producing runs. But this can go against him because say they play Brandon King, Johnson Charles, and they play Kyle Myers at three, it disrupts the balance of the team.
Yeah, he's not gonna play
So
at three for West Indies. That's no question. Yeah.
right, so he's in form at number three, but it does not necessarily mean that he'll be in form when he opens. Because he's coming in at a different time, and the openers that his team have, they're pretty reliable. It's
Yeah,
very
yeah. So
unlikely,
he's coming at five over 6 overs.
basically middle overs. So yeah, so that's a bit technical there for him because he plays in a new role and he's flourishing at that new role.
Definitely. So again, for the viewers to know, basically what Davian is saying, nobody has impressed in the BPL with the bat. Nobody, therefore, is disrupting the batting lineup. So let's look at the bowling now here from BPL. And it's very sad to say that nobody is pushing for spots in the T20 team, but let's look at the bowling. Um, Matthew Forde leads the way for West Indians. 10 wickets. 21 is his average. Economy 7.5, basically. Strike rate 16.8. Your thoughts on Matthew Forde?
All right, so Matthew Forde is one of the few bowlers we have who we can definitely rely on to take power play wickets. Right, so wow. But who will
You
he
said
replace?
rely. I don't know what you mean by rely. Rely, do you mean is only T20 for West Indies on a flat pitch, he bowled 3 overs, none for 54, and he was
Well,
spanked to all parts.
well,
So I would like some
well,
clarity in a statement.
all right, well, okay, rephrase. If the pitch is offering swing and seam,
Okay.
yes, then he would take wickets. However, if the pitch is flat, then it will be totally ineffective. So, I mean, the idea of having a bowler who can only take wickets when certain conditions are there is a bit dangerous. Bit dangerous. So, yeah, for me, I need to see him taking wickets in a variety of conditions and consistent notice for me to give him a long run.
So basically what you're saying, just for clarity for the viewers, he cannot get back in based on his BPL numbers so
Right,
far.
that's it. Right, that's is correct.
Okay.
Well, how about McCoy? Wow, he's firing 5 games, 9 wickets. Wow, nearly 2 wickets per game. Strike rate of 7.75. No,
The
well,
economy excellent and
economy
his
rate
average
17.22 and strike
and
rate
his strike
13.8.
rate every two
Wow.
overs.
Right. In honesty, Albert McCoy is really pushing O'Shane Thomas for his space. Wow, very impressive. My own issue with Albert McCoy right now is how is his knee? We know he has a
That's my
chronic,
problem too, is fitness.
right? He has a chronic knee issue. So Right. So that's what if he maintains his fitness, then definitely he will make the 50-man squad. He provides variety. We need a variety in a bowling attack. We need it. We need it.
Definitely.
We can't have three bowlers doing the same thing. That's crazy.
Definitely. I agree with you that Obed McCoy is really pushing O'Shane Thomas, who also was in the BPL and doing absolute rubbish. But next man, Kyle Mayers is our next best bowler. 3 for 12. I remember that game. He's swinging the new ball. 3 for 12 from 4 overs. But look at his average 12. His economy 5.4, getting lots of swing. And then, of course, the strike rate 13.2. Excellent from Kyle Mayers.
But honestly, based on the performance of Kyle Myers in this BPL, it seems that his pacing squad is safe. It seems it's safe
Yeah, but
based
the
on the
issue here is in the Bangladesh Premier League, the ball is moving a lot. They're playing also a lot of night games, right? So playing the night games, we see that the ball is swinging a bit. In the World Cup, based on our schedule, we're gonna play a lot of morning and afternoon games. It's therefore not gonna swing around as much as it does in the night. So can we really analyze these bowling performance in terms of how much swing he is getting in the first 2, 3 overs?
well, fair point, fair point. I also see where they have tried it in the earlier games, and he has not taken any
Exactly.
penalty. Right,
Because
right.
he's in the games we are playing in the Caribbean, most times it's afternoon games or morning games. Whereas when you go around in franchise leagues, you play a lot of night games. That's therefore the skills that you're going to execute with the new ball in the day and the skills you're going to execute with the new ball in the night, they're complete contrasts. Whereas the skills you execute in the death and the middle remains the same no matter what. So, uh, boy, Calmes bowling. How much can we rate this so far? But let's talk about your guy. You said he has to
Right,
play because he's a six bowling option.
right
Ruston
has to
Chase.
play. Wow, look at that economy rate, another 5.00. Wow.
The third best
Oh,
in the entire competition.
oh, wow. And I've seen in the past where he's bowling a white ball and his economy rate is very low. It's no fluke. It's something he has done consistently. Nice line and length, keeping it very tight and bowling to his field, varying his pace. Wow.
All right, we're not gonna talk about Shepard or Russell. They're already in the squad. We know what they do. They pretty much do the same thing with Holder. Mark Dale, he had that excellent game, the 3 for 19, with his little gentle off spinners. What's your thoughts on Mark Dale, and can Mark Dale push for West Indies spot?
Definitely not. Definitely not. But however, if he keeps this up, um, in other franchises for rest of the year, the possibility they may have him as a reserve, keeping around the squad.
Now, for the Camellia Victorians, I saw in a couple of games, Raymond Reefo was taking the new ball. He's a
Right.
left-arm seamer, bowling not extreme pace, very gentle pace, but he's getting the job done. Economy 7.5, average 20.3, strike rate 16. Your thoughts on Raymond Reefo, and can he get back in the team?
Well, he definitely can't make it back in the T20 setup. However, we have seen where they tried on number three in a test setup. He did his best. He produced some okay knocks, given that he does not bat at that position in first class cricket. But I think he's a player that they should invest in for 50 over cricket, not necessarily 2020. I mean, you're right. Yeah, I think they should look for towards him for that.
All right. No,
But
O'Shane
Ocean,
Thomas.
Right.
He wasn't very good. He was getting licks, 4 matches, 3 wickets.
Very poor.
Uh, yeah, 2 for 38. So basically, in one game, he took most of his wickets. The next
Right.
3 games, only 1 wicket.
Right.
Look at that average, 38, and look at his strike rate.
Wow. 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 So that means he's bowling more than 4 hours straight. 4 hours straight. 4 hours. Like and not taking a wicket. Yeah. Wow. Wow. O'Shane Thomas for the rest of the games, he definitely needs to improve. He definitely needs to improve on the statistics. Or runs the risk
I
of
think I
Obed
think they have
McCoy.
the eliminator tomorrow. Um, maybe O'Shane Thomas plays, maybe I don't know. But I don't know. O'Shane Thomas, he plays with Shea Hope, Evan Lewis. Shea Hope is now in the PSL, so we won't see any more Shea Hope tomorrow in the eliminator. Man, these players are all over the place,
Right.
playing 1 minute and then they're gone. Let's not discuss Kohler because he's already in the West Indies team. I was said that he's secured. Let's not talk about Narayan, he's retired. Let's talk about Yannick Carrier. 1 game so far, 1 for 33, and then he was dropped. Your thoughts on Carrier? He's out of West Indies colors, but what have you liked about Carrier so far? And this 1 for 33, what does it mean for him? And can it force him back in the squad?
Definitely not. Definitely not. Well, my team Yannick career, I definitely when the CPL comes around, um, I really think if you look at when teams do very well in T20 cricket, they now will have a very accurate hour spinner and a accurate defensive finger spinner and attacking leg spinner. And I really think that's another thing missing from a squad. We don't have an attacking wrist spinner who can say can take wickets regardless. Take it, who can take the pitch out of the equation. So yeah, I think any career have an opportunity where you won't do it in time for this hitting the World Cup. When it's
Yeah, he's
CPL,
definitely
he can push for it.
Yeah, he's definitely not a Samuel Badri. He's definitely not a Adil Rashid. He's definitely not a Zampa. So he's not giving us what those guys can do. And we're certainly missing that Samuel Badri type of leg spinner from our setup. Somebody who's accurate, able to take wickets in the power play. Badri could have controlled things in the middle. If he's not bowling in the power play, we don't have that anymore. These leg spinners we have, they're doing absolutely nothing. But all right, now over to the SA T20. We didn't have a lot of guys in the SA T20 tournament. Um, so these are the guys in SA T20. Puran, Pollard, Allen, McCoy, Kimo Paul, Mayers, and Shepard. If I show you the numbers on the screen, it's abysmal. The guy who had the best impact in the SAT 20 or possibly these 3 guys, but we already said they're good. Puran, we already know he's safe in the team. Obed Mako, you already said, he based on BPL, he deserve a look in. And he also had an okay SAT 20. And the next man is Kyron Pollard, but he's retired. So my question to you then, Davian, what has gone wrong for Fabian Allen? I know he got robbed in South Africa, but his still performance wasn't that good. Kimo Paul, his performance in SAT 20 wasn't that good. Kyle Mays and Shepard, their performance were also not that good. What has gone wrong for these guys?
I think it's just poor execution. Yeah, it's poor execution and probably injury concern because I think all those players they were just coming off injuries, and when you're injured for a length of time and come back and playing, you really don't push as much because you're a bit delicate on your on how you push. So that played a part as well.
All right, so you say it's injury concerns, but
Right, right. I maybe lack of confidence or injury concerns lack of confidence, and just not adapting to situations, poor situational awareness.
Yeah, but let's look at the runs first, just to show the viewers what we're talking about. There's so much T20 leagues, I'm sure it's difficult to be watching all of them. I personally wasn't the biggest fan for the SA T20 because there wasn't a lot of West Indians. But looking at the runs, here we see Kyron Pollard is our best ranked batter. He's retired. Do you think Pollard retired too early because the form he's in right now? Do you think we can get Pollard out of retirement? He's in pretty good form right now.
Yeah. I had noticed. I had noticed that Karen Paul is enjoying his freelancing right now.
Yeah, I'm wondering if knowing that he's retired has just freed him up a bit and he's just in the best of rhythm right now. Look at that from Pollard. Um, 37 average, strike rate 180. Oh my, we are missing this Pollard right now. But you notice we have to be scrolling. Pooran only played 3 games and he's next best batter. That's crazy. He did very well, but where is Fabian Allen? Oh, here is Fabian Allen. 6 innings, 38 runs, average 7, strike rate 140. So basically, hit a boundary, dot ball out. That's what Fabian Allen has been doing in this SA T20. Your thoughts on Fabian Allen? What has gone wrong for him?
Wow. I think he just lost that mojo in his batting. The reason that he has is a struggle for him to get it back. I really hope gets it back soon. But well, thankfully his feeling quality is still there. So he has not lost that. But I think Fabian Allen just 1 innings away from really getting back into his groove. 1 innings away.
Now, Kimo Paul, you said Fabian Allen is 1 innings away from getting back into the team?
No.
That's crazy.
No. 1 innings away from getting back into his groove. Not
Oh,
his.
okay. I was just about to say that's crazy. 1 inning. You said 1 inning is up getting back into his groove. I don't know about that. But let's see. Kimo Paul, it's been a struggle for him as well.
Right.
57 runs, um, averaging 14, strike rate just 100. And Kimo Paul, by the way, for the viewers to know, he was batting at number 4. So they had so much respect for Kimo Paul, the Durban Super Giants, but he was batting ahead of Nicholas Pooran. Pooran was batting at 5. Kimo Paul was batting at 4.
Well,
And he only
Kimo,
had a strike rate of 100. Your thoughts about Kimo
well,
Paul?
very disappointed, very disappointed. Kimo Paul can actually bat. He can bat. And they saw batsmanship in Kimo Paul. So for him to place on number 4, they see him having ability to construct an innings and maintain a certain run rate. And he missed out the opportunity to really show other franchises that hey, I can be a all-rounder, genuine all-rounder, who batting in the top 6. I can also give you 3 to 4 overs. So from that perspective, I'm disappointed in Kima Paul. Yeah, he really sold himself short there.
And finally, what has gone wrong for Shepherd? As we said, poor in the series against Australia with the bat. Did he even make 10? I don't think so. And then in the SAT 20, take out this 29, right? So 3 innings again, 29 runs, 29 is highest score, 34 runs. So the next 2 games, only 5 runs, and he was out plumb, leg before in 2 out of those 3 games. Your thoughts on Shepherd? What has gone wrong for him?
Well, not sticking to the basics. I mean, coming
Strike
in,
rate.
right, look about 117. Well, not sticking to the basics. I mean, coming in and hitting across the line. Wow. Wow, just poor. It's poor. I mean, no matter what stage of the innings it is, you can't hit across the line so early in innings. You have to play a straight bat. Let the ball miss your bat playing straight, not across the line.
All right. And we can't talk about Kyle Mayers, right? I
Yeah,
rightly
yes.
agree with you with Romari Shepherd playing across the line, especially at the start of innings. But Kyle Mayers now, only the one game, so can't look into it. One game against Australia, same 11 runs as well, so can't look into that as well. But Kyle Mayers of recent hasn't been doing anything to impress anybody. Is that Obed McCoy ahead of him with the runs? That's crazy. But let's so to close out all of these T20 leagues, of course, by the way, just to let the viewers know, once PSL is finished, we'll also review PSL to see who has impact PSL. There's no more Shamar Joseph, so that's very sad. He's not in the PSL. He's recovering from his toe injury. But out of these leagues, whether it is whether it is BPL, ILT20, or it is the SA T20, which one would you say is has been most entertaining, first thing, and secondly, most beneficial for West Indian players in preparation for the T20 World Cup?
Wow. I would say wow. I would say the SA 20. I would say the SA 20.
Most entertaining?
Right, we say the SA 20. Yeah, right, SA 20. But what I'm realizing in all these leagues with the players is what we know, well, apart from Obed McCoy in terms of form, but he's the only player I've seen that really has stood out to say yes, there's a great chance of him going into the squad. I mean, I don't really see anybody else saying, okay, it's very likely that I'm going to replace someone. The next person who has a chance, I would say a chance, is Sharon Hetmeyer. He can replace Sherford and Rutherford, right? There's a possibility of that. For the batting, we see with Evan Lewis, if the final games he shows more consistency, then he can really displace Kyle Myers. So if Shamar Joseph was fit and playing PSL, we could have looked at his performance. But so far, I would say Kyle Myers is in trouble of being replaced. O'Shane Thomas is also in trouble, and also Sherfrey Rutherford. Yeah, so yeah. Uh-huh.
Did you just say Romario Shepherd?
No. Kyle Myers. Kyle Myers,
Kyle Mayers,
yeah, right. Possibly be replaced by Evan Lewis. Sherfrey Rutherford possibly replaced by Sharon
Cameron
Hetmeyer.
Hetmeyer,
And then O'Shane Thomas possibly being replaced
replaced
by
by
Obey
Obed
McCoy.
McCoy. Okay,
Right.
and I heard it did, and no, not Shepherd. Shepherd is safe.
Right. You see.
Shepherd is safe. I don't think Shepherd or Holder is fully safe. I think one of them could go. I
I'm
mean,
replaced by who though?
that's the thing now. I think if somebody stands up in one of these leagues in the PSL or something, possibly all three of them might not be in the squad for the World Cup. A big jump, but I think more than likely all three are safe. At this point, all three are safe. But I mean,
But you see with that now, why can't we look into that? Remember that you're playing the league in the Caribbean, and Ramora Shepherd, Andrew Ross, and Jason Ola, they tend to bowl quite well
in the
in the
Caribbean,
Caribbean. Right.
definitely.
So
I agree with that.
if someone else is performing, you have to look at what type of pitch they're performing on.
Definitely. Definitely. That is so true. That is so true. Where we have to look at the conditions as well and say that, hey, in the Caribbean, these are the very best. So I have no
Right.
issues with them. No issues with them in that regard. But Davion, we have to now chop it.